Evening, everyone. Welcome back to another Horizon Zero Dawn stream. I am Link to Darkness. I am here. I will be your host tonight. Give me a second. Just gonna see. Loading. It is still loading. Alright, so we got about an hour. And we are going to continue our way through the old Horizon Zero Dawn, or the Zero Dawn facility.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Elbaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement.
Over the past few months, full benefit over procurement of a copy of Homer Archive from Far Zenith has made itself known. As a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science module is effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, culture data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, but ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing. The children and adolescents are demonstrating high level of engagement and trust with Aristotle and Aspasia Personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors have been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina.
Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically,
and the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, perform an exhaustive review of data storage solutions for optical quantum. Even that eternity tech that FIS was shilling a year or so ago, but every other solution is one or more fatal shortcoming. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allocated space, too powerful, power intensive for the centuries, too prone to failure, past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we were projected for Apollo. There's still so many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So as long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much ado until next time, Samina.
we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transfer and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come.
All of this lost.
But not least,
The ancients' greatest gift to us.
Greatest? How about the fact we exist at all?
To abide in ignorance is a curse, Aloy. You of all people should know that.
Got one right here.
Oh, shit. Hell.
You will perish.
What the hell? Fuck. Nope. Damn it. There was a silent strike that I did. It should have been a silent strike.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebadi. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
As a heritage professional, I did.
Not alone. I know you're out there.
They know I'm here now.
The girl!
Wrecked, mate.
They're leaving. That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States.
I'll find a use for you.
Well, maybe I can listen to it later. Going through the place. Gonna find the place where I need to go.
To Hades. Zero Dawn's Extinction Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Hades Protocol. Tate here. It says pop. There's 3 blues behind it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution. A guy's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers and sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system in reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even with just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Oh, those blues are coming pretty strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, these blues are plenty strong. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators.
The Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Calling me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT code's Bashcore straight up lying. You know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazzle. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citrum runoff than listen to my Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God, and swear on my mama's grave she was religious. No, that ain't Bashko blasting the Hades labs, shaking the walls, right in folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, and some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air. And feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor, and walls and ceilings swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident bits. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to be coding Extinction Protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool. Trav. Oh. That's the audio. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive Submission 000-23876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite early morning's RE inappropriate material use, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classic extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting the submission, and thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeals of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini materials are considered to be perhaps but art. For clarifying a concept that has been so long ambiguous and ethically fraught, for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work. We do have a world to save, after all the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Samina Ebadji.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Ooh, mucha femito weed.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
I'll do it.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem
To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. Their revelation, astonishing. I don't know you had to give false innocent trade to get the chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, the embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of MCO, resolved. Nutrition delivery, resolved. Hormonal stability, resolved. 12 other risk areas, resolved. Before I examined the chambers, I had considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand, but the rest of FZ's technology is at this level. Well, a human colony around Sirius does not seem impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours and get back to it. Expect the fabrication plan within 48 hours. PvK. Okay, so we got embryonic chambers. I'm curious what the codes are. The development of the artificial persona for Kratos servitors, nurture disciplinarian healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. These should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to qualified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between disciplinarian and healer personae. I have also attached the report from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on the disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for connecting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just... Data corrupted. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the thermal advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Feedback from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow on our future humans. We can all agree there's a margin for refinement in future creative populations. Donk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. Ambike.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Okay. Anything over here? No. And
Us would benefit from antilocanate morphologies, though Caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion. causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. This is very good.
Huh.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Alright, looks like there's one more. Yeah.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Okay, let's see. That's where I need to go. What am I missing? What am I missing? What? I don't know. I was like, did somebody just walk past? That's where I need to go. I need it. Okay. Pry open door. Pry open door. All some terrible news, I'm afraid. As far as Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated catastrophic animatic correlation. Containment failures. The drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship's crew, its cargo of zygote seeds, alphabet of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of human species and earthly life. We may succeed. Elizabeth. Well, that's just a wee bit of pressure. Heard a bit status. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If these words can still mean anything, had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what ifs. More than 14,000 went extinct between 2000 and 2040. Oh. We started mapping out priming succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves, thousands more that will have to wait their turn until a new generation returns to restoring them so they can return to the world that this time will understand the concept of conservation, which is too late. It should have been too late. So we lost a whole collection team to Swarm Breakthrough, Myanmar. Samples were lost, well, irreplaceable. Thankfully you live. The circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again, but not now, not like this. Not on our watch. Ronson.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Well, now.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Because you're ugly as sin?
If you're gonna go on babbling like this all night, could you just kill me now?
Oh no. We're in no hurry, you and I. Not now.
Maybe some physical torture to distract me from your voice?
At that moment, on the mountain, I aimed to kill you with dispatch, and yet did not. Why? This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. so that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Spare me the religious justifications. You can dress up your cruelty in holy clothes and words if you want. But under it all, you're just a murderer.
An odd slight coming from you. You've become quite a murderer yourself, child.
A killer of killers, not a murderer. But I wouldn't expect you to know the difference. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Carja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
The Nora have no part to play in this. Leave them alone.
Soon, they'll have no part to play in anything. That much is sure. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Carja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day, soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Yay!
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Alright, thanks for that long cutscene.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. They're slowly out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength for an instant. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
Ow.
Gotta get out of the way. It's down.
Are you not entertained?
John's target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of his head. They've got something to do with his weak defense.
Guess what? Bitches.
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
I could survive.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
I still don't trust you. You are not trustworthy.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you sounds. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you find me?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy. It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse, not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to.
I'm doing well, Trumpus.
Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Another day. What'll this one hold?
Alright, so we are having to go back all the way there. You know what? I think this right here is the perfect time for us to call it. I think this is the perfect time for us to call it. Call it good. Right after we level up. Knockdown. Calm out. Do that one. Data points. So, alright. Well, we will continue onward with our journey at a later time. But thank you for checking out the stream. Be back on Saturday with some more Horizon Zero Dawn as we continue our journey. So my face. Thank you for checking out the stream. Hope you guys have a great night. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, remember to check out the channel. I stream every Thursday and Saturday. It's Thursday evening at 8 o'clock, Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon around 2 o'clock. Stream for about an hour most days, but because that's typically what generally works best, and there's not, it's not something I'm going to be doing for, I'm making a whole bunch, any money really off of this. Just going to do it for fun, play through games that I enjoy. If I start getting more people who are following me and joining in, maybe I'll start doing a little bit more, but for now, it's just kind of something I do for in the background. But remember, you guys matter. It is, especially with everything that's going on in the world, it can be difficult to really take care of yourself. So remember, self-care is very important, and you matter. You are very, very important, and you do have a place, even if it is, in this community. You have a place. Keep it real, guys.